Hi everybody, I'm Angela, and this is A Minute with Angela, where I talk about whatever I feel like talking about. I try to keep it to close to a minute, but I never succeed. We'll give it I'm sure I'm going to go way over this time. But I'm going to do something different, because I just got my delivery from Farm to People, which is a local, they're a company. They're not a CSA. They kind of operate a little bit like a CSA. But I suddenly, after years of having really great selection of CSAs in my neighborhood, I suddenly couldn't find them. I don't know where they went. So I found these guys. I subscribed to them a bit before the pandemic started, and I really liked them. But then I felt, about halfway through well, where's the halfway point for the pandemic? But let's just say about a year in, I was feeling very, very broke, and I canceled my subscription to them. And then I was going to the grocery store, and remember when groceries all of a sudden got super expensive? Yeah, so that happened, and I realized that what I was normally spending like $50, like a $50 shopping trip, suddenly seemed closer to 100. So I thought, let me check with these guys. I was assuming they'd raise their prices, but they did not. So I started my subscription again, because I get really great food from them. It's really fresh, and it's cheaper, way cheaper than the grocery store, which is kind of unusual for organic. They're really great, but I'm going to open this box and show you what I have in it. I didn't check it this time. They give you the option every week. They tell you when they have the ingredients put together. It's like the CSA in that you get what they have, but you have options. You can exchange, I think, up to 2 items, I believe. And then they also have a separate store, so you can get extra things. But anyway, dropping things here. But normally I look and see, because they like to put in eggplant, and I don't eat eggplant, so I always delete that. But I didn't check this time, so we're going to be surprised together to see what I got. I'll open up the free box here. So they always send carrots, and they're very good. So I see carrots there, but we got some rosemary. It's very Thanksgiving, the box here. I can tell we've got Thanksgiving kinds of things in here. We've got Brussels sprouts. Delicious. They're not on the stalk, but I think they could fit in the box. Like we've got some baby spinach from Radical Farm. Can't go wrong with spinach. Love spinach. Carrots, as I mentioned. I don't know what to do with the tops, and don't tell me to make soup out of it, because I know that, but it's like I don't need that much carrot top soup. Okay, and then I've got one thing that's really great about these guys, because they send. Doesn't look like they send it this time, but usually they send cabbage. I'm not a huge cabbage fan, but what I started making was slaw, and it's really great because you can just throw in, like I throw in whatever I have that I don't know what to do with, like radishes. I'm not a big fan of radishes, but I like them in stuff. So I would, I've got a Cuisinart food processor, so I just throw in the cabbage, throw in some carrots, radishes, apples, pears, whatever kind of deciduous type fruit I would get. And then I just make a really simple dressing out of Greek yogurt and sometimes a little bit of mayonnaise, so it's a little bit thicker, and a little bit of apple cider vinegar and some honey, and it's really great. I got some eggs. I have an add-on to my order, which is a dozen eggs, but that's what they sent this time. Got some yams, like sweet potatoes. Yeah, these are sweet potatoes. Definitely a Thanksgiving kind of box here. What's this? Onions. What kind of onions are these? These are, where is it? Thought I saw it here. Onions. Where is it? Where is it? Come on. Rosemary, bunch carrots. Oh, these are cipollini onions. Never heard of that. What else? Green beans. Love green beans and not putting any canned tomatoes and canned mushroom soup in that. Really knows. And then I got this potatoes. It looks like russet potatoes. Right? And also and then my eggs that I ordered extra. So let me just tell you like what. I got one more thing in here. But let me just tell you, and these, of course, they're organic eggs. Let me just tell you how it works. So, what I used to get was the produce box. They have 3 sizes of produce boxes. It's $25 for a small, $35 for a medium, and $45 for a large. $35 is like, I mean, the small, the $25 one is way more than I need. I try really hard not to throw stuff away, but I sometimes end up, I'm embarrassed to say throwing stuff away. But, because it's a decent amount, and definitely enough for one person. But then they started having these new things, which are called cooks boxes. Say that 3 times fast. And they have 3 different kinds. They have the omnivore, the paleo, and the vegetarian. I get the omnivore. And so with that, you get, I showed you all the produce. They also send what they call a staple, like a pantry staple, which this time was the eggs. It's not a dozen eggs, it's a half a dozen. And then they also send a protein. So let's see what I got for the protein. The protein's always good. Sometimes it's ground turkey, sometimes it's sausage, sometimes it's ground beef, sometimes chicken thighs. This time, it's my favorite thing ever, which is bacon. Sorry to my vegetarian friends. I'm sorry to all the pigs out there. We're gonna love bacon. So it's, how many ounces is this? It is, I can't find it. Where is it? It is, oh, here we go, I think. Oh yeah, it's 8 ounces. Organic applewood smoked uncured bacon. The other thing I like about them is their packaging is all recyclable and biodegradable. These are the freezer packs that they put in there. And it's, the filler is you can put it down your sink, and it's also compostable, and then the outer wrap is recyclable. So all of this, so this is, I get the Cook's box. It's so hard to say, Cook's box. And then I order the extra eggs, like I said. I don't remember how much the eggs cost, for like $6 or something. But the Cook's box, with all the stuff that I just showed you, is $49.90, which is a really great deal. And they are very local. They're in Bushwick, and they only use farms within 300 miles radius of New York City, which is great. So the stuff you're getting is really fresh, and they do all the right stuff in terms of pesticides use, organic, and how they the farmers that they use too, they check to make sure that their employees are treated well, and all that good stuff that we like to look for. So anyway, I would definitely recommend them. It's farm to people, and they have Angela's seal of approval. And I hope you all have a really great Thanksgiving. That was way more than a minute, but I think it was kind of fun. And I hope you guys have a really great Thanksgiving, Indigenous Peoples Day, however you choose to celebrate. And talk to you soon. Bye.